We're all dead. Frustrated Republican senator rips into Trump tariffs. That's the sentiment that we're getting across the board over what is some of the biggest news in the history of this country. And it's so gosh darn confusing. But my friends, this is one of those days where the entirety of the news cycle is focused on one thing and there is nothing else being written. Every news article is a comment from the press, from politicians, from Trump's administration, from Trump supporters, from Trump's detractors. The only thing that matters right now is that last night, Donald Trump dropped a nuclear bomb in global trade, which means I think we may keep this opening morning segment shorter than normal and give you some of the direct media response as I am building out the larger hour-long segment breaking down why the tariffs are good and bad, why they're both good and bad. It means short-term pain, and we're hoping for long-term gain, but we don't know for sure. There is a lot to break down. We are seeing global stocks collapse. We are seeing companies based out of China eviscerated, some 90% stock price drop-offs overnight. And of course, we get CNN being apoplectic. Now, the big picture here is, or the question I suppose is CNN an honest actor? Well, my friends, let's start by showing you this video. Clip Keeper, this is just tweets going around with 1 million views. They say CNN has their orange filter in for Trump's speech. But do they really? Do they really? It's hard to know. But let me show you this video. When you look at the initial clip that I've got pulled up for you here, it appears that Trump looks a little orange. That's about it. Behind him, the American flag seems to be normal. You've got the CNN chyron. It says Trump announces sweeping new tariffs. And where's our audio at on this one? Let me see if we can. I guess there is no audio. There's no audio, huh? When it passes to the left, it is a multi-LCD screen. Trump does not look the same. Now, some people have said this is not an orange filter. The accusation, of course, being that CNN turned Donald Trump orange. Some of us suggested this is just a calibration issue. CNN didn't actually make Trump look more orange. I disagree. I'll tell you why. This appears, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, that CNN intentionally made Donald Trump look orange. This is the game they play. Nobody trusts them, and I believe they are absolutely willing to do this. Take a look at the chyron on the left and the right. The chyron, of course, for those who are not familiar, it's the lower graphic on the screen. The reds seem nearly as vibrant as the Fox News reds. That would imply that the graphics are applied after a color boost on CNN's and not Fox News. That is to say, when they ingest the video from the White House itself to their feeds at some point in CNN's network, they've applied a color screen to Trump, then afterwards applied graphics. Because like I said, now what I will say is perhaps it looks like the colors of the flag behind Trump may be more vibrant on the right. I don't think so. Maybe a little bit. But the graphics from Fox News and CNN, they look the exact same. There's no oversaturation of reds in any. Guys, it looks like CNN did intentionally do this. Now, some might wonder or ask, why would they? Why would they? I can pull up this video. This is an old video you may have seen from a long time ago, analyzing a video of Joe Rogan that he made during COVID about he taking ivermectin. And you've got numerous filters, or you've got numerous players. Joe Rogan's video on VLC, on Windows 10 Media, on Microsoft Edge, on the Instagram app Screen Record, and CNN. And you'll notice, while in a couple of the images of Rogan from Windows Media Player and Edge, he does seem a little duller. He looks insanely sickly in the CNN feed. When you have pompous CNN host melts down as he mansplains Trump's tariffs to female co-stars who grin and bear it, I'm going to have to go ahead and say I think the media is out to smear Trump, as they often do. And I'll give you this one, too. When Joe Rogan was discussing his treatment plan for COVID, and that he was taking ivermectin. Now, personally, I've never agreed with his stance or other people's stance on ivermectin, but I'm just one guy. What do I know? When Joe Rogan mentioned that he was prescribed a medication by a doctor on CNN, they called it horse dewormer, which is a lie. It's a human anti-parasitic. It's an anti-parasitic agent. Can be prescribed to anybody. And they put a little horse symbol on the screen. I kid you not. When Joe Rogan, I wonder if I can pull this up. Rogan, CNN, ivermectin. They put a little horse symbol on the screen. That was the craziest thing. I don't have it pulled up right away. But they, when they were breaking down what ivermectin did, they showed a little horse symbol. Let me play this clip of you, a clip for you of CNN host, not of you. Here you go.
Let there be no doubt about this. The president said today a whole load of economic nonsense, things that we know simply will not happen. He talks about it being great for the economy and it's going to boost growth. It will not. Look, I've studied this a million which ways upside down, and many of the people in that rose garden know it. The president conveniently forgot about the Payne-Aldrich Act of 1910. He ignored the Fort Macomber Act of 1910. He went straight through Smoot-Hawley. And then he gets to this nirvana where billions of dollars are going to come in. Where does he think these billions are coming from? They're coming from importers. Importers will pay because they get something known as a customs schedule when the goods come off the boat. And that is an invoice, and the importer pays. And the importer passes it to the wholesaler. The wholesaler passes it to the distributor.
They're intentionally lying about everything. So when I see an image that says they're intentionally turning Trump orange, I go, yeah, probably. Yep. And some have said, dude, it's just the individual intentionally didn't set the saturation right on one screen. It's a fake. And I'm like, I don't know. The graphics on the bottom look the same to me. So both of the videos are coming from the White House feed. I'm going to do a bigger breakdown on all of this for my noon live, which is why, or the 4 p.m. at youtube.com/Timcast. Which is, let me just give you the media breakdown real quick. It's a brutal news day. Whenever something happens that is so tremendous that literally no one talks about anything else, you basically, I can give you one video. I can give you one news report. We've got one subject to discuss. One. And they've discussed it ad nauseum. What I will say for this segment, CNN is lying. What Richard Quest does in this. Let me go back and play it for you.
Payne-Aldrich Act of
1910.
He ignored the
Fort Macomber
Act of 1910. He went straight through Smoot-Hawley.
None of those things mean anything. What if I were to sit here and say, Richard Quest is such a dang fool. He ignored the Payne-Smithsford of 1941. He ignored the Richard Quest Bill of 1963, blah, blah. Those are meaningless terms. What CNN is trying to do is make it seem like they're an authority on the issue. They turned Trump orange, presumably. I don't know if they actually did, but that's my opinion. I think they did. Why? This is the reality that they live in. These people think Donald Trump is bright orange all the time. Sometimes he is. Yeah, because he gets spray tans. But when they saturate his skin to make him look ridiculous, there are liberals who live in that world where the only thing they see is Trump orange skin. This is how they build a fake reality. Because imagine what that does to the average person. You get these people who watch CNN all the time. They don't go to Trump rallies. They've not seen Trump in person. When they turn on Fox News and see Trump's skin looking normal, they go, Fox News is fixing Trump's skin. No. CNN is saturating his skin to trick you into thinking he's dressed up like a clown. And then Family Guy mocks Trump. And when they put Trump on Family Guy, they make him bright orange because they are deranged. You know how I know it? Because I've met Trump in person on more than one occasion. He is not that color. That's just not real. We joke that he's orange, but it's not like that. I've been to dozens of Trump rallies. I have personally met him and shook his hand. And I have, which is Crazy if you think about it. This is all before the election, though, not as president, but as former president. And I interviewed him, and he doesn't look like that. They do this because they want to diminish what he represents and what his plans are. Now, that being said, we've got a lot to break down as for the actual tariffs. And it's going to be an hour-long breakdown. YouTube.com/Timcast, 4 p.m. as we go after all the latest updates. My friends, Chinese companies are imploding. The stock market is tumbling. But there is a bigger picture here, and they're not giving it to you. So I'm going to keep this morning video short because I will stress for you all again. There is something truly painful about days like this, media-wise. But they are what they are. It is what it is, okay? You open up any news website right now, and the only thing you will see is the apocalypse has begun in so many ways. Donald Trump did not just issue tariffs. He got rid of something called, I think it's the de minimis loophole, they call it, where basically you can no longer order foreign products under $800 without paying a massive import tax. This is going to be massive. Me, I'm a fan. I am a big fan. And people are so pissed about it. So I'm going to wrap this one early. We've got a lot more to break down. It's going to be a crazy day. Thank you all so much for hanging out. And we will see you all in the next segment.